Hi, I'm Sanithia Davis, a contracts manager of the Program Ops team. In this video, we will review purchase orders and their vital role in the procurement and invoicing process. By the end of this video, you will be able to summarize the core function of purchase orders, recognize roles and responsibilities across teams, adhere to process and procedure compliance requirements, ensure accuracy and accountability, identify how purchase orders influence the accounts payable process, identify the purchase order components, and utilize Monday.com to locate fully executed agreements and their purchase orders. Purchase orders are created in JAMIS to outline the scope of work or services provided by the contractor. They also detail the connections to budgets, project codes, and other relevant information. By having a documented purchase order, both ASTO and the contractor can have clear details about the task and agreed upon amounts, which helps to reduce the risk of invoicing errors and for tracking purposes. Tracking and keeping record of purchase orders allow ASTO to anticipate demand and simplifies auditing and compliance processes. Here's an example of a purchase order created in JAMIS. It has the vendor's contact information, ASTO's contact information, the purchase order number, the task number for deliverables, the required amount for the tasks, the project code, the due date, which is the same as the promise date, and the purchase order total for the contract amount. The contract team locates the email chain that includes the first email when the original agreement was sent and replies to all. Ensure that the Ops POC, the programmatic lead, and the requisition submitter are listed on the CC line. Send the email with executed and PO in the subject line with the fully executed agreement and PO receipt attached. Vendors must first be registered through SAM.gov. They must reference the PO number, task, requisition number, and project code on all invoices. PO numbers can be found in the top right of the PO document. Facilitating invoices and coding in JAMIS is done by the accounting team. Check with accounting for steps on the invoicing process and workflow. Programmatic teams selects a vendor and submits required documentation to AP if selecting a new vendor. Send the vendor ASTO's terms and conditions. Submit and approve requisitions for vendors. This is a 2 to 4 week process. Reference the fully executed agreement when reviewing invoices submitted for completed work to ensure the contractor's work is completed as detailed in the contract. Ensure the contractor follows the specifics in the compensation and reporting requirements section of the contract before approving invoices. Program team submits a requisition. The requisition goes to contracts team for review and approval. Log into JAMIS and open Approve Requisition. Draft contract agreement to send the vendor for signature. Agreement is sent to the vendor and any negotiations will be made at this time. Contracts team will decide on negotiations. Negotiation process continues or parties do not move forward with contract agreement. Once signed agreement is received, contracts team forwards the agreement for countersignature and creates a PO. Contracts team creates PO based on executed agreement payment schedule. Finally, the PO receipt along with the executed agreement is sent to the vendor. This is an example of a fixed price invoice. The task schedule is a list of the deliverables and their due dates. The payment schedule has the amount of each deliverable. The invoice example shows the location of the required information needed for approval in the payment process. Monday.com. All fully executed agreements and POs are located in the fully executed requisition board on Monday.com. Programmatic teams only have access to the requisition numbers they are assigned to review. For easier access, you may search the requisition number in the search bar. Once you have located the appropriate requisition number, you may click on the copies of the fully executed agreement and the PO for review. You also have the option to download them for record keeping. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact any team member on the contracts team or at contracts.asto.org. Thank you.